So in this tutorial we are going to look at the black, white and light preset. It is a black and white preset. You might see that I don't tend to post a lot of black and white images on my feed. However, when I do give wedding galleries, they do consist of black and white images. There are certain scenarios where I favour black and white images more. So I'm going to talk through them now. So groom's photos, I don't know why, but I quite like them black and white. I think something about them looks quite nice, black and white. My black and white is quite soft. I like it to still kind of be consistent with the light and airy feel, rather than being overly contrasty. I quite like that it's still kind of soft. For this particular image, there's not really much I do. I quite like how it is as it is. Another example would be in the morning. I like getting ready shots to be black and white. I think there's just something quite nice, especially in like situations where the lighting isn't that great in bridal suite rooms. Again, indoor scenarios, which I'm going to show you, I do favour the black and white because I just think overall it looks better than some of the yellowy tones that can come across in some lighting situations. For example, teepees. This is a great photo of a dad embarrassing his daughter on her wedding day. But I just am not a big lover of the teepee. If I was to put, I mean, I do obviously give colour photos, but I just don't, it would need a lot of tweaking, a teepee. In fact, I do have a teepee preset which will be coming out at a later date, because I have tweaked one especially for this scenario. However, you can just see it here, we're going to hide it. However, black and white in this scenario, I would probably just bring down the exposure a little bit here. I think it works really, really well. It's lost all those orangey tones. I just think it kind of captures the moment perfectly. I'd probably bring the shadows down a little bit on this one and up the whites. But for me, black and white image looks good on speeches in difficult lighting scenarios. Same goes, I'm just going to copy this one over to churches. In fact, that was quite a light church in this particular image, but I just think there's something really classic, modern and quite chic with having black and white images in a church. Again, it's personal preference. But for me, there's something just, I don't know, almost timeless about black and white, which I really like. And in the more traditional shots, such as this one, or in churches or in the ceremony, I think it works really, really well. So I'm going to do an outdoor image. I think this has got an edit from a previous video, so I'll take that off, go back to the how it is off the camera, and we're going to put the black and white on. This is a scenario, I do it, I do black and white images, but I just love colour, I'm just a colour person. But if you favour black and white, they can work on any image. As you can see, here you go, this is an outdoor image that we've made black and white. I'd probably tweak it a little bit for this picture, just because it's quite a bright image, so I'd probably just bring down the exposure and the shadows ever so slightly. Moving on, you could do some pictures of bridal parties in black and white if that's what you like. I'm just going to come right down here and show you an image like this. I think would look nice in black and white because it is a close-up picture. For me, I just like them to be more closer up. Probably crop that one in a little bit. I might even on this particular image just tweak the blue. Like if you take a blue, you can see his tie just changing. It was very blown up. I might just bring that back in. Change the highlights, just lighten it up overall. But yeah, I quite like that because it's quite close up and it is looking quite good, the contrast between the skin and the black and white. I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to do one more. I'm not going to talk a great deal about black and white because, again, I think it is more a simpler edit. My black and white tends to be quite soft, so that it still has that nice fine art feel to it. Rather than really contrasty, let's have a look. I feel like it has a nice soft element on the skin, and it kind of, yeah, it just looks nice overall. So fully admit that black and white is not necessarily for me, but for example, like this type of shot, I think it's a great photo of them all dancing, and I think if you add it in black and white, there is just it's just very impactful, over rather than the coloured image. I think there's something about the black and white image is more impactful. But overly, I would say in my wedding galleries, I probably edit 85% in colour and the rest in black and white. So I am more of I prefer the coloured shots more over the black and white ones. However, for these supper scenarios, indoor shots where there's tricky lighting, where you want to add a bit of contrast, I think black and white can work really, really nicely.